I pray to a God I do not believe in for a death that will not come. Greetings and salvations, I'm Moonthloth Neverborn, the abyss that slumbers, and you are listening to the Eldritch movie review of The Rise of Skywalker Part 2. How many parts are there going to be? At this rate, a fuck ton. For the record, I want a disclaimer here. I am drinking lemonade. I'm not drunk. I just haven't slept in the past few days, that's why I'm a little punchy. I'm just insomniac. No, I'm not going to kill myself. No, I don't actually want J.J. Abrams dead. No, I do not want to repeal the 19th. I am venting my spleen using comedic exaggeration of taboo topics for the purposes of entertainment and humor. Grow up. Okay. Disclaimer out of the way. Moving on to part 2 of my Death March review of The Rise of Skywalker, wherein upon J.J. Abrams rapes the very still warm corpse of Star Wars, as well as my eyes. By the way, just because me and millions of other fans are standing over the mangled, tortured corpse of Star Wars franchise does not mean we are the murderers. Stop blaming the fans. I'm not the killer. I'm not even the messenger. I'm the coroner. Okay? I'm here to dissect the corpse, find out who really killed it. Moving on. Okay. We pick up at around minute 31-ish. My recording and the actual movie are probably not synced up well. I just got audio. I didn't want to record the whole movie. I just wanted a placemaker so I go, oh, wait. Yeah, now I remember the order now. We pick up where BB-8 falls down. Yes, he was sinking into sand. And so that, of course, means he falls. It's like Fraggle Rock, okay? He falls through the sand into Fraggle Rock. That's the only goddamn explanation for this air pocket under the sea of sand. Or magnets, okay? It's magnets. You know, it's magnetic sand. And how is the sand floating? Magnets, you know, or it's made of unobtainium, and unobtainium floats. You know, remember unobtainium? You know, we're going to Avatar. I don't know why the fuck there's this air pocket under the sand, but somehow, the whole group falls through the sand into these tunnels, into Fraggle Rock, and Poe acts concerned about everybody else, and then CPO says some passive-aggressive shit. And nobody even has sand in their goddamn shoe. Okay? Much less in their face or hair. If I fell through sand, my glasses would be scraped the fuck up. Okay? I'd at least be, you know, I have to dust off my hat. Something. No. It's like they fell right out of the makeup, you know, trailer where they all get their makeup done before the shooting. They just fell right out of the makeup truck. Ah, there they are. Oh, it's like a CoverGirl makeup commercial. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's incredibly bad movie directing. Someone, I'm not sure who, asked, what is this place? And I find myself thinking, that's a damn good question. And I'm sure my question will be answered later in the movie. Rey turns on her lightsaber, and then Poe turns on his flashlight as if it's a dick measuring contest, and clearly Rey has the bigger dick. And Poe stands there and looks at his flashlight and looks sad. Here's the thing. They are underground, so there was light before they turned on the lightsaber. and the flashlight. I could see just fine. And it wasn't like CPO's eyes are beaming light everywhere. No, the underground tunnel is well lit and it's rippling light like there's water somewhere. I understand it's a movie, and the movie goers want to see the faces of the actors and actresses, so we sometimes play with lighting to get around this. But JJ, you've played around with convention rules so much, you don't get a pass anymore. Even these little things that normally I would just blow off, now I'm getting on your case over. You can't tell me how the goddamn emperor came back from the dead. Anyway, they all start talking about everybody is keeping secrets, and they have this little banter argument. It's like season 5 of Buffy. It really is. Or they're the Goonies. I think they're the Goonies. I'm going to go with the Goonies. Okay, it's the Goonies. They fell down the well. We're waiting for Chunk to show up. I guess that's Rose Tico. Sorry for the fat jokes, but she does look a little... And I know I'm not one to talk, but, you know, my excuse is my face isn't completely attached to my skull. You got sewn back on, so pretty loose. All right, so... Finn complains about Poe's shifty stuff. And I got to ask myself, the galaxy's best pilot should know about engines inside and out, right? And driving is piloting, so wouldn't he just know how to hotwire just about any car anyways? I'm sure, spoiler, later on we find out it is shady shit, but JJ, you didn't need to go there. You created a mystery box that you opened yourself, going, aha, here's a mystery. How's Poe know how to hotwire cars? Surprise! He's a drug dealer. Spoiler. We find out Poe is a drug dealer. You know, episode 8 destroyed the OT characters. Episode 9 destroys the new characters. Just letting you know. Because now Finn is a bitch. Rey is super ultra mega Rey Sue. And also a Palpatine, so she has got genetic evil inside her. Because she can... Oh, I don't want to blow ahead too much. And Poe's a drug dealer. Okay? So instead of being the best pilot in the Resistance and a heroic fellow, he's a drug dealer. You should have left it with just Ryan. Okay? I'm going to say it. I know Ryan did episode 8. I know everybody hates episode 8. But everybody, I think you would have been better off with Ryan. Because what JJ did is infinitely worse than what Ryan did. Okay? Ryan wanted to sacrifice the OT but protect the new characters, and JJ wants to just destroy everyone. I hate everybody in this movie. Just about. There's a few exceptions. I think I still like Leia. I just don't like her acting. It's all right. Why are you making the team distrust each other, JJ? Seriously here. Why? Okay, I gotta move on. Poe asks a question about what made the tunnel. C-3PO starts to answer him, but Poe cuts him off. Don't never underestimate a droid. Wasn't that a theme? Well, guess what? That theme right out the window. It's never underestimate a droid that happens to be a metal testicle. You know, C-3PO, he looks like a man. Don't trust that guy. Okay? Only trust a droid that doesn't look like a male. All right? That's the real lesson. Anyway, so they find the magic dagger on the bones of Mr. MacGuffin, and at no point does anyone even explain how they can fall through the sand, and yet the entire tunnel system doesn't collapse. They just, oh, yeah, I mean, CPO3 looked like he was about to explain it, but they cut him off, so it's like, ha, there is an explanation, you just don't get to hear it. Ha ha, fuck you, JJ. Ray holds the dagger and says, horrible things happened with this dagger, which bears the question, are there daggers out there where nice things happen with the daggers? Like, if I found a Sith dagger, held it up, and used my Force powers to look back into the past, is there a Sith dagger that was only used for cutting up meats and cheeses for party platters? I'm wondering. Okay? Oh, we've got the sacrifices babies dagger. I wanted the dagger for cutting up hard salami and Gouda cheese. We got a special Sith dagger for that. You know. Then C-3PO states that the location of the second Kryptonian dildo is carved into the side of this mystical magical dagger. But he cannot translate the message from where the Wayfinder is because it is written in Sith language and he is forbidden from translating such an evil language. Like, what is this? Is this like the language that the One True Ring is written in? And it's the language of Moldor, and I will not utter such blasphemous words here. Okay, the Sith are bad. If the Sith are talking in a language which nobody is allowed to translate, wouldn't it make it hard to, eavesdrop in on Sith? I mean, what's this language do? You speak Sith language and it just, oh, I spoke Sith language and I picked up like 3 points of corruption. If I keep speaking Sith, my alignment will drift to, neutral evil. This isn't fucking D&D, JJ. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if this is a pro or anti-censorship message because it really could go either way. It is completely contrived in a pointless roadblock in the movie, but JJ threw it in there because he needed to eat up runtime, I assume. Look, how about this, C-3PO? We don't translate it, but I got an idea. Why don't you go onto the ship and sit down in front of the hyperdrive and program us to go somewhere? Where? Wherever you want. Just pick a spot. Something at random that happens to be in Sith. You don't need to translate it. You just need to push buttons. That's not translating. That's putting in coordinates. And we promise none of us will look at it, so you can't even claim that you're indirectly translating it because we won't know what it is. We won't know where we're going. You're just going to push it in, and then after we get there, we'll erase it so nobody knows where you went. Okay? Deal? There you go. Problem solved. But no. Okay, but before we find out, spoiler, C-3PO needs to have his brain wiped. He needs to get set to factory settings. Reset to factory settings in order to translate the information. Which will destroy C-3PO's mind. But before we can get onto that detail a little bit more, okay, a sand penis monster shows up. Okay, I'm just going with the themes here because we have a theme of penises. We have the giant space penis that almost eats the Falcon. There's a penis monster that works on the Falcon. Now we've got a sand penis, and later on, all the Death Destroyers have giant penises under them that can blow planets. Okay, that's the theme of this movie: penises. I'm just saying that JJ really likes his penis. It's a very gay movie. It really is. Not that that's a problem. I'm just pointing out the theme. Okay? JJ, you need to get fucking laid. I don't know what's going on, but you need to get some sex. Pay for it. Get it from your wife. I don't care. Just get some. Stat. Okay. So Rey turns off her lightsaber, walks up to the sand penis, and heals it because the penis is wounded. And we all know how fragile sand penises are. Now, I want to point here point out that if J.J. Abrams had half a brain, he'd bring up that the Emperor stated that healing another to save them from death was a Sith power. Okay? See, I kind of for a moment there thought, oh, this is really intelligent. I know that from the prequels, healing is a Sith power. Okay? Sith, saving someone from death, that's not a Jedi power. So that would be a foreshadowing that she's Sith, right? No, JJ isn't that smart. He just did this because he thought, hey, force power midichlorians, you can transfer them, so I'll transfer my midichlorian power to somebody else and I can heal and shit because Rey's perfect. She's an angel and can heal with a touch. She fucking Jesus? Anakin fell to the dark side, trying to learn how to do what Rey can do without even getting the look of constipation on her face. Just, oh, I'm going to walk up to the giant sand penis, kneel down next to sand penis, and I'm going to heal it. Ooh, I transferred some of my life force into it. It would have done the same for me. What? It's just sand. Oh, yeah, apparently giant sand penises would heal if you could do the same back. This right here is the final nail in the goddamn coffin of the discussion of is she or isn't she a Mary Sue. This is exhibit Y. Don't you shut the fuck up because the argument is over. Rey is a Mary Sue. Deal with it, okay? She is a paragon of virtue. She is perfect in every way. She is flawless. She effortlessly defeats all of her problems. Everybody there is just a cheering squad for her ego. Mary Rey Sue. Deal with it. Anyways, after healing the snake penis thing, it blinks at her, obviously loves her because Rey is perfect, and then it slithers off like a good little sand penis. Faye gives Poe a disapproving look like, you didn't trust the vagina. And then Poe looks embarrassed, downcast, and clearly his expression says, yes, I didn't trust the vagina. Then it looks like the rest of Kylo's LARP buddies show up with their axes, and what the fuck are they doing on a plateau? It's a nice panning drone shot. Ooh, look. Guys in mismatched, creepy black armor with axes. Dude, it's Star Wars, not Middle Earth. Okay? These guys look like reject Uruk-hai orcs. I'm just saying. Why are they up there in the first place? They just said, oh, we're going to land and all walk out and look around. Or you could stay in the ship where it's cool and use the sensors to detect shit. Unfortunately, the shot in question passes by in like half a second, so you really don't have time to think about it unless you're somebody like me who's got a really weird brain about remembering movies, in which case shit like this tortures you. At any rate, so the Goonies get out of the sand cave somehow. I don't know how. I think the Fraggles showed them the way out. They just do it. Now they're on the surface and they climb up to the old abandoned spacecraft that's been sitting there for 25 years. And, if I know my forensics, considering it's a desert, in order for a corpse to go to complete bones in the desert, you're looking at decades. Okay, so that ship's been up there for, I'm going to say 25 years. That's easy. So nobody in 25 years stole the ship or stripped it of its parts at all. Okay? Seriously? These tentacle-faced aliens on this planet really respect a person's parking space. I'm just saying. Because Poe goes up to the ship and just opens it up. Like, oh, beep, beep, opens up. I'm a bounty hunter who hunts Force users, and I don't have a lock on my ship. I don't even have a fucking booby trap. Like a wire connected to a hand grenade, or you know, a keypad, or a thumb scanner, or retinal scanner, or I don't know, a piece of string, something. I tied a rope around it in a really tight knot. Make it hard to get in my ship. Anyways, Rey senses the dramatic upcoming scene that will soon go into the trailer. So she tells everybody to let her go on her dramatic walkabout because she's the goddamn goddess among men. And everybody else should just get out of her way. And so she goes walking off, and Finn stands there and stares at her ass as she walks away. It's a recurring theme. Men staring at women's asses, Rey's ass. I'm just saying. It happens a lot. So Poe and crew go to get in the old abandoned ship, and they turn it on, and apparently I missed the part where Poe had stolen the keys off the corpse and went doot doot, opened up the ship. I mean, do you think this thing would even have like the Ring brand remote doorbell? You know, it's the only doorbell that allows you to use your cell phone to remotely see who is at your front door, giving you an added level of security in these trying times. Act now and you can save up to $150 on Shack security kits and pay over a 3, 6, or 12-month period with 0 APR, because nothing says security like a giant black man who used to be a basketball player but now who sells car insurance and pizza as somebody I want to buy my home security from. Yeah. Any rate. Finn doubts Rey for some reason and sends off Chewie to get Rey, even though we know Rey is perfect, could never be stopped. But Chewie, like an idiot, picks up the dagger and brings it with him. He goes, oh, you know, maybe I should leave this dagger on the ship in case something happens. No, Chewie puts it in his pocket, runs off. And the Knights of Ren just happen to be hanging out nearby. And even though Chewie's 250 years old and, you know, survived that long, he can't hear a bunch of clanking guys in metal LARP gear standing 30 fucking feet away? But I'm sure all my questions will be answered in due time. Okay, by the way, Knights of Ren, they look ridiculous. I'm serious. It's like the Road Warrior meets Daft Punk with axes. This one guy has this ridiculous visor. Nobody in the galaxy has radio communicators. Nobody's got cell phones. You can't just go beep beep. Hey Rey, yeah, we got the ship going. Yeah, a bunch of guys like rejects from a Ren fair hanging out down there with axes. You mind murdering them all with your force powers and then getting on the ship? Thanks, we appreciate that. We're gonna pull up the gangplank because we're not prepared to take on a dozen medieval mites. How about you just roll down the window? Hey, Rey, get on the boat. I don't know. But then we get shot of Rey's non-existent ass as she stands there dressed in billowing toilet paper. I'm sorry, I just have to stop here. Rey is the perfect feminist icon because there is nothing feminine about her. Feminism is about shaming women into acting like men, and Rey is this androgynistic, sexless thing. There is nothing female about her. She doesn't walk like a woman, she doesn't talk like a woman, she doesn't act like a woman, or she doesn't look like a woman. She isn't a man either. She's this sexless angel, both perfect in form and function, and I could not care less about her. I know she cannot lose. She will overcome all odds. She cannot understand or relate to anybody else who isn't as perfect as her, yet she has this glowing, infinite capacity for sympathy for everyone. I cannot relate to her because I am not now, nor have I ever been, perfect. She is the perfect ideal for feminism. She has a metric ton of power. She has not done a single thing to earn it. And there's nothing sexual about her at all. Ridley, I actually kind of liked you as an actress, but man, this role just did you dirty. I don't think there's anybody in this. You actually show some good acting this movie. I mean, I know I've been ripping on you, but considering the previous two movies, your acting range is actually pretty good in this one. Okay, your face doesn't look like it's made of plastic and was placed on in the makeup department. I'm just sorry you had to deal with this script. They do not allow you to be a person. It's bizarre. I mean, nothing personal. I would kick you out of bed. I'm just saying. And I'm not trying to be sexist here. I'm just trying to point the scope of how unappealing she is as a person. Okay? I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel and getting some wood chips because I can't find anything that makes me relate to her or want to even spend time with her. She is a paragon of virtue. She is a platonic ideal. I can't relate to her, nor would I want to touch her because it might be dangerous and I wouldn't want to get my filthy hands on her. She should just be put on a pedestal somewhere and left there to glow as an inspiration to the rest of us. I'm sorry from digressing in my view, but this is I just had to bring it up. I mean, it's just something that's been bothering me as I've been watching this movie. And I feel nothing. I'm dead inside. And this isn't my usual dead inside. I mean, usually I'm filled with the dread and hopelessness of all of existence. But this movie has killed even the normal existential terror that I live with every moment of my waking existence. It's anti-feeling. It doesn't create a feeling of disgust or like The Last Jedi. I give Ryan props. I felt something. Uncontrollable rage. But I felt something. Here, I feel nothing but bafflement and confusion. Okay, it's incredulousness. Okay? It's like staring into the heart of chaos. I'm just seeing nonsense. Anyway. Rey stands in the middle of the desert. She looks pensive. Ooh. She's breathing heavy for some reason. I don't get it. Kylo comes zipping along. He's closing in on the ship. Finn goes looking for Chewie. And he finds Chewie is now in handcuffs around his arms and necks, thus continuing our bondage theme. They get the dagger off of Chewie because, hey, we need to milk this fetch quest somehow. We get a close-up on Finn, and I don't know what's going on. Maybe they did some scenes out of sequence, but he looks like he just doesn't care. Like he wasn't told what he was looking at. Like it's like a shot of him just going. He looks like he's gonna fall asleep. It isn't. Dude, isn't that your friend Chewie? Do you not? I mean, it's almost like there's a part of his head going, yes. If they kill Chewie, I'll have a better shot at getting with Rey, because I can't. I mean, it's just, and it isn't continued later. It's like it's this one weird shot that this look on his face is what convinces me that there was 75% of this movie reshot, because this does not fit in with everything else. I mean, this isn't like this isn't continuous. It doesn't match. It's weird. At any rate, we get back to the scene that's in the trailer, and Rey is doing her because it's a great sound effect. Kylo decides to ram her. Now, initially I would have said, that sounds stupid. You've got turbo lasers, shoot her. Then it did occur to me, she could just bounce those laser bolts back at you and you're just giving her weapons. So I kind of understand the whole let's ram her thing. But you got force powers, dude. So when she tried to flip up into the air, you should have gone force grab, push her back down, and impaled her on your little spiky wing. I'm just saying. But no, she cuts the wing off his ship, and then he goes tumbling end over end in, you know, he looks like a NASCAR driver whose parents had unrealistic expectations of him and winds up exploding in a ball of fiery death. So Kylo's dead. Hey, ballsy move for the movie, killing Kylo at this point. Tuh, wow. Who would have thought that was coming? Okay. Finn runs over to tell Rey they got Chewie and points at a flying away shuttle. As if Rey could do anything about this. Guess what? Rey does something about it. I fuck you not. She stretches out her hand. Her lips go. I don't know what's up with the lips, but her lips do something weird. And her arm trembles slightly as she grabs a spaceship with her mind. And doesn't just, oh, I'm straining to, she pulls it back. You see this thing going, I mean, it's like, holy shit. May I remind you that Yoda, Grandmaster Yoda, he was the best TK guy they had ever. And he strained to catch a pillar. Okay, he was like, it's just a stone pillar. This is a spaceship with engines capable of enough thrust to reach orbit. And Rey is like, come back here, bitch. She's doing like a Mortal Kombat thing where, come back here. You know, she's doing the scorpion, hits it with the... I'm sorry, it's just... Okay, I'm just... At this point, I'm just like, anything can fucking happen. But wait. It gets better. We cut to Kylo walking away from the burning, imploded wreckage of his ship. His hair is perfect. He's carrying his helmet for some reason. You know, if I just got in a car accident, I don't think I'd take my head protection off so quickly. His cloak's billowing in the wind. I'm like, you know, if the cloak at least was a little singed, you know, maybe the edge of it was a little burned, I'd be with you. But this guy walked out of a fireball, of which you were in the middle of. And he's fine. I mean, here's the thing I just want to ask. This thing's run on petrol? Like hydrogen gas or something that's, you know, carbon neutral? Because I'm betting in order to travel at light speed, you need something with a little more kick. And when I think a little more kick, I think, you know, fissionable material. Okay, so I want to see like 6 months later, Kylo's still around. And he goes, and the doctor comes in and says, I'm afraid you have massive tumors. When you crashed that spaceship, you cracked open the, you know, the hyperdrive and got irradiated. And now you got stage 3 cancer. Where? Everywhere. Your entire body is breaking down. Hope you got some weird Sith powers because you're fucked. I'm just saying. He should be glowing. Okay. But all right. The spaceship's running gasoline, apparently. Lemonade, by the way. He's dressed all in black and he's looking pretty grim and determined. And then he raises up his hand at the ship too. And wasn't that the hand holding his helmet? Did he drop his helmet? And then I'm a little confused as to who cares? Object permanence. Who gives a fuck? Okay. So Kylo and Rey are having a telekinetic tug of war on the ship. Rey's sort of winning, even though Kylo has an entire spaceship drive on his side. So that just goes to show you right now, if there's a stalemate, Kylo, you've lost. You've got a space engine on your side, and you can't defeat this little girl. You're fucked. Okay. Why does Rey even fight him with a lightsaber? If you've got that much force power, just grab Kylo, lift him into the air, slam him into the ground 50, 60 times with the force of a spaceship, and he'll be a broken sack of pulverized bone, meat, and unfinished leather. At any rate, they're fighting. Finn stands around looking useless. Dude, you got a gun. Pull it out and shoot Kylo. At the very least, it'll distract him. Okay? Or maybe you're lucky and he's too distracted using all of his force powers to hold the ship up, and, you can get a lucky shot. Don't aim for the face. Aim for the foot. Because then if he reflects it back, it'll go into the ground, not back at you. And at any rate, Rey starts to be emotional, because that's her weakness, showing emotion. Lesson to all you women out there, emotions are bad, be a man. And for some reason, Force lightnings the shuttle and blows it up. Let that sink in. Rey, okay, I mean, I get it. But here's the thing. Force lightning just means you're using the dark side. J.J. Abrams treats it like it's a genetic power that you inherit. Like, she can do it because she's a Palpatine, not because she's Sith. That's the impression I get here. Like, this isn't Rey going to the dark side and force lightning the ship. This is Rey manifesting being a Palpatine, and Palpatines can lightning bolt crap. JJ. I'm going to pause here for a second. You don't know what Star Wars is. You think Star Wars is taking something and sticking a weird doohickey on it and making it kind of shiny. You think Star Wars is weird, bizarre alien creatures. You think Star Wars is just, stormtroopers everywhere swirling around. In all the OT books, they may have put doohickeys on things, but they actually knew what that doohickey was supposed to do. You might never have seen it, but there was somebody who said, okay, this doohickey regulates, the air conditioner. Something. Okay? They at least didn't just stick random crap on stuff. Some things they did, like, oh, look, it's a blaster. We'll put some fins on it, make it look sci-fi. But the fins are radiated heat. It wasn't just, oh, it looks sci-fi. It served a purpose. It's a blaster. It generates a lot of heat. You need something to radiate the... You just go, I'm going to put some sci-fi doodads on everything, and it'll be Star Wars. And that's not how it works. Okay, that is not how this works. Okay. So let's back up here a bit here. Rey just blew up Chewie. Now at this point, Darth Meanie Butt recoils in fear, which I would do if I just saw my arch enemy not only basically beat me in a forced tug-of-war contest, but then, as a cold-hearted bitch, blow up the space shuttle I was trying to save. You know, if I was Kylo, at this point, I'd start thinking I was the good guy. Like, I'm with the Nazis, but the rebels are willing to blow up their own people just to get at me. That's a little cold. So, Kylo's a great actor. Whoever plays him, really good job, by the way. Finn goes, no! In the worst no. And he flails his arms. And I laughed. I'm sorry. I know Chewie just died. It's not like anybody comes back from the dead in this movie. But it was just so stupid. I mean, I get the impression this is part of the reshoots, because you compare this to what Finn was doing like 3 minutes ago, where he was just deadpan. I have no emotions. I feel nothing. To it's just, what the fuck? I mean, 0 to 11 like that. Okay, Thanos snap that. Okay. Okay, and there's a part of me goes, oh, well, maybe Chewie survived that. And then they cut to, you see the individual chunks of flaming wreckage falling out of the sky. And to Rey's actress's credit, she actually looks like, oh, fuck. Okay, so good job there. Good job. That was really good. And I will credit this to Kylo. Kylo is like, I'm leaving. I'm slowly backing up. I'm not getting anywhere there. This is not a safe place to stand right now. I may have to walk through this desert to get back to safety, but how he gets out of the desert, I don't know. That's a problem with a lot of JJ's movies. You know, how things happen, how people get from point A to point B, we don't know. They just appear wherever they're needed to be. So Poe says, we gotta go. And Finn acts like that hysterical black guy from In Living Color. You know which one I'm talking about? And TIE fighters come swooping in. And as they turn and start to leave, we cut to an asteroid field and they've escaped. Yes, you're right, JJ. Why would we want to see our heroes escape from 24 TIE fighters in a dilapidated old ship that's been inactive for 25 years? We wouldn't want to know how they did that. No, let's just skip over that useless, dramatic tension and excitement and go straight to Rey staring at her hand and going, oh my God, for the first time ever, as a Mary Sue, I screwed up. And of course, they tell Rey, it's not your fault that you're the most powerful, perfect being in the universe. You couldn't help accidentally destroying that ship. You just have too much power. You're just perfect in every way. And Rey, to her credit, has to deal with the first real failure ever in her life. I mean, I believe that it was a great move to allow Rey to kill Chewie. This is what character building is about. It would really drive home the need for self-control. And this could become a true I live in a world of cardboard moment, like the speech from Superman. We could explore the concepts and the consequences of having too much power. That is something I would like to explore. So it would be a shame if it turned out that Chewie wasn't dead. Spoiler alert! I mean, come on now. If J.J. Abrams had kept Chewie alive through some plot contrivance, that would completely invalidate everything Rey learns from this. And I mean, J.J. would never do that. I mean, if he did that, it would only prove definitively that Rey is a Mary Sue. I mean, if he just lets Rey accidentally kill Chewie, I mean, it's the last movie. Chewie wasn't doing anything anyways. He could at least build, give Rey a point of reference and regret. So, it would be terrible if Chewie were to come back from the dead. At any rate, Rey blames herself, and Finn does this amazing puppy dog eyes thing. I'm just like, wow, you are being shit on this entire 3 movies, Finn, but damn, are you a good actor. Somebody needs to hire you for something where the script isn't complete. Somebody squatted on a pad of paper and took a crap. At any rate, Rey talks about Leia having a vision of Rey going to the dark side. And okay, nobody believes it. I don't believe it. Oh no, Rey might go to the dark side. Really? Really, this paragon of virtue might go to the dark side. Hell no. She'll just, transform into a winged form of pure energy and blow up anything if she ever actually gets backed into a corner, and then she'll resurrect everybody dead on an entire planet. And maybe she'll remember what was that planet that blew up in the OT? Rey should just turn into an actual winged angel of pure energy, fly off to Leia's home planet and reassemble the planet and bring everybody back to life with Rey force powers, because she's space Jesus at this point. I mean, so we cut to the next scene, and Chewie's alive. One, I call bullshit on there being a second shuttle. You should have shown us the second shuttle. Even if you were just showing it to the audience, you should have shown a second shuttle. Okay. 1. All right. Okay, 1. 2. Rey is God tier Jedi at this point, and she can't sense that Chewie is still alive. Don't tell me Chewie's out of range. 3, JJ. How about this? How about, if you want to keep Chewie alive, that's great. How about you don't make the audience think Chewie's dead for only 2 minutes? How about that? Okay. How about you have a pair of balls and you take a minute before you bring somebody back from the dead, so the audience can actually have a moment of actually maybe worrying about something and thinking that something of importance actually happened in the movie. Never tell your audience 4. Okay? Tell them 2 plus 2. They can figure out 4 on their own. You tell them 2 plus 2, and I promise you, the audience will figure out 4. To recap, Chewie has been turned into a damsel in distress. They've lost the dagger. C-3PO goes, yes, you lost the dagger, but the inscription is in my memory banks. But you'll have to kill me to get it. And everybody instantly agrees, let's do that. Didn't they mention this down in the tunnels? Okay, so this is like the 3rd or 4th time. And I just need to stop here. I know you, JJ, I know you think that C-3PO is comic relief. But this isn't comic. This is abuse, okay? You've been shitting on C-3PO this entire goddamn movie, okay? You are just disrespecting him, okay? This isn't funny. Treating C like shit isn't funny. You might think it's funny because you're an inhuman monster who enjoys the suffering of others. Rest of us, with, red blood and a pressurized cardiovascular system, with a beating heart, those of us out here, we might think that you're being unnecessarily cruel. And then we get the we must all pull together moment where they go, we're all in this together to the end. Well, I guess actually we're not, because you're about to fry C-3PO's brain. So we're all in this together except for that guy over there. I'm in hell. They go flying off. Some ship follows them. It never comes up again. As far as I can tell, there's a ship following them, but that ship doesn't do anything. There's no. It's like, oh look, there's a spaceship following them. Never hear from that ship again. What was that ship? Who was on that ship? What were they? Do not show me a ship lurking in rocks and then following the good guys and not give me who these idiots are later. God damn you, Ray. JJ, you are fucktard. Just, what is wrong with you? It's like you're looking through the previous movies and go, oh look here, this bounty hunter, he hid in this wreckage and then he followed after him. Huh? That was great, That was in Attack of the Clones. So we cut to a planet where they're all trying to find some guy to fry C-3PO's brain. And at this point, the place is crawling with stormtroopers before they even get there. Why? I don't know. 'Cause so Poe meets up with the others. I don't know why they were separated. Poe and the other ones are separated, and they all get together. Apparently, all the stormtroopers going around opening up everybody's homes and searching them for Rey aren't looking at the group of suspiciously robed figures over in the corner with their heads all covered. No. Let's not look at those guys. Especially the one with the android with his glowing eyes from out from under his hood. Who cares? I'm serious. These all-concealing shadows do not conceal shit. But, okay. So they go off to find the brain hacker. And hold on. I need a minute. The Rocketeer shows up. I mean it. The Rocketeer shows up. It's a chick, but it's the Rocketeer. Apparently this chick and Poe used to run spice. This is where we find out Poe was a drug dealer. What spice? I don't know. Fucked if I know. But he who controls the spice controls the world. I guess, and the Emperor is going to use the spice to turn into a sandworm and rule for 1,000 years, I guess. Emperor Leto, ring a bell. And then I remember better movies and come back to this piece of shit. At any rate, the Rocketeer used to deal drugs with him, and somehow she knew where Poe was going to be. So she prepares an ambush in an alley. Okay, so the good guys are surrounded by about a dozen bad guys. They threatened to kill Poe. Rey couldn't give a shit. We're going to turn in Rey for the bounty. Rey kicks everybody's ass. After kicking the ass of the Rocketeer, they have a short little question. Rey asks her for help, and the Rocketeer goes, yes, I know I was about to turn you into the Empire for money, but... and yes, it's the Empire. I'm not going to call them the fucking First Order. Fuck you. She's going to turn in Rey to the Empire. when, but she got her ass kicked, so now she's Rey's friend because all women instantly love each other. Women, the bonded brotherhood of sisterhood of vagina. Go Team Vagina! And Rey's not a Mary Sue. We briefly flashed to the Knights of Ren who do nothing. I mean, oh no, it's the Knights of Ren we haven't seen the Knights of Ren do anything except... Okay, when a cop pulls your car over and puts handcuffs on you, okay, for speeding, or maybe drunk driving, that's what happened to Chewie. Chewie got pulled over for drunk driving. That's it. Like, the Knights of Ren have done less than a motorcycle cop arresting somebody for DWI. I'm just saying. This is what I haven't seen them do more than that on the screen. Okay? At any rate, there's a flash of the scene of the Knights of Ren, and then there's a scene, and then there's a scene, and then there's some weird shit, and then they're in with the droid hacker who's about to crack open C-3PO's brain. I get it. They were trying to be cute. But this little hairless mogwai is just freaking creepy, okay? I mean, don't get it wet. Definitely don't feed this piece of shit after midnight. JJ, this hairless mogwai isn't cute. It is the stuff of fucking nightmares. Okay? I'm just saying. You need to run this shit by a human. Now this is where it gets weird. Yes, I know. This is where it gets weird. This is where it gets weird. After having explained it to everybody several times already that doing this will wipe C-3PO's memory, Poe starts acting like this is the first time it's news to him. Up until this point, you were like, you would have cracked open C-3PO's head right then and there if you had a hammer and thought you could pull the information out. You wouldn't have you would have left his crumpled ass in a recycling container, okay? Because I'm pretty sure you're progressive like that. Especially when you're wearing your brown thneed around your neck. I mean, I get it. J.J. Abrams wants to make this a big emotional thing because we're killing C-3PO. But you didn't earn it, okay? You did not earn it. None of this totally makes any sense. None of you cared about C-3PO. Why are you acting like all choked up now? And then C-3PO says, and I shit you not, I'm taking one last look at my friends. They're not your friends. They're cracking open your skull because they want some freaking coordinates. I mean, they treat you like shit. You are property. Okay, this line looks nice in the trailer, but it's not earned. However, I must say, bold move killing C-3PO, JJ. I mean, it would be utterly tragic if this character building moment was undone later and you brought him back from the dead. At any rate, there's something that I think is supposed to be friendly banter, and then the Mogwai laughs. We cut to Kylo for no reason. And shit happens, and then we go back to C-3PO, and I shit you not, I just thought of something else we can try, and then they fry his brain. What? JJ, you are a fuck. If I need to explain to anyone what a kick in the balls this little joke is, then you do not have a soul, okay? I know the ending, but that doesn't change the fact that at this point, I'm supposed to care about C-3PO dying to save the fucking galaxy, okay? And then you go, oh, look, there's a way we can save the galaxy. And C-3PO, twist that knife. You like C-3PO? Fuck you. Fuck you. That's what you did, JJ. I feel nothing but the white-hot rage of 1,000 exploding suns. Sorry to rip you off, Doomcock, but there's just no other way to explain myself when I saw this scene. I believe I literally in the movie theater said, what the fuck? And I know there were kids around and I shouldn't have been cursing. But I was just... And I remember this. Somebody else said, you and me. From somewhere else. Like I said, what the fuck? And somebody else said, you and me, brother. At any rate, we cut to the roof. And the Rocketeer who wanted to shoot Poe in the head and sell him to the Empire for money is now asking if he wants to run off to the colonies because she has a super special disc of plot contrivance and is going to use it to go run and hide. Now, she takes off part of her helmet, not the whole thing, just part of it. Now we can see her eyes. And I just want to point this out here. If we can only see this woman's eyes, is she Muslim? Is this a Muslim? And if it's a Muslim, does this make her the Iraq-ateer? Instead of the Rocketeer, she's the Iraq-ateer? I'm just asking. Because I'm thinking there's a pun there. I don't think JJ's that smart, but I'm feeling it, you know? I'm like, ooh, it's a Muslim Rocketeer. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, I get it. Yeah. I mean, that would be cool. I mean, if like, I always thought, you know, the woman has to cover her hair and the Muslim thing. What if she was like, she always wore this power armor suit and you could only see her eyes? I mean, I'd be like, wow, that's Muslim, you know, women got to cover themselves thing, but at the same time, you're wearing like Metroid battle armor. Oh, wow, that'd be cool. But no, I don't think JJ's that smart. No. Never mind. Anyway, we get the directions. Chewie, C-3PO's head resets, and he sounds exactly like the way he always does. He's just a bit more clueless. Rey, using her force powers, detects that Chewie's still alive. Why it didn't work back on the other planet, don't know, but don't care. The Iraq-ateer gives the disc of plot contrivance to Poe, and they go off to save Chewie by getting on their ship. How they get to their ship, I don't know. The ship flies onto the Dreadnought. How the Dreadnought allows some 25-year-old bounty hunter ship to get onto Dreadnought, I don't know. Finn shows off his complete disregard for murdering his fellow stormtroopers. And it takes a while before anybody even notices that the landing bay is full of dead bodies. Rey mind controls 2 guards into accepting her commands, and Poe asks the question, do you think she does that to us? And that's actually a very good question. It would certainly explain why everybody instantly likes Rey if she's mind controlling everybody. But no, I'm pretty sure it's just a throwaway joke. Rey says the dagger's on the ship and we need it. I don't know why, but you need it. You got the directions. What do you need the dagger for? Okay, well, I'm sure my answers will be answered later. It goes wandering off to find the dagger. Poe and Finn go to save Chewie. They save Chewie. They run down a couple of corridors, murdering everything in sight. And finally, Poe gets hit. He falls down. The other troopers come up to capture them, and they're captured. And one of the stormtroopers speaks in a female voice. So I just want to say, I'm glad the Empire's HR department is really keeping up on its promise for diversity hires. And then, then we have Rey somewhere. The dagger's just lying on a counter. I mean, it's not even tied down. We have shown that ships move and shit shifts left and right. Put it in a plastic drawer or something, you know, open up a drawer, drop it in the drawer so it doesn't fall on the floor. It's an ancient Sith dagger. Maybe it's worth something and it might be a little brittle. after 10,000 years of sitting in the sand or whatever. I don't know. And this is the 1 hour mark. And I stopped my notes here. I will try and pick this up again tomorrow because this has taken forever. And I've got a headache. I'm getting brain cancer. And doing more than a half an hour at a time is just fucking killing me. I suspect I've got about another 3 hours of this train wreck, maybe 4. And I'm going to go drink some ice water and take an ibuprofen. It's been real, and it's been agony. I hope you enjoyed my agony. Eldritch, out.